let's configure, install, and run the FlexNet agent. So we left off on the beacon, but I'm going to go over to workstation WS1. So I'll hit lab, go to lab 2, which is our workstation, and then connect to the workstation. And now I need to log on to Flexera One so we can configure the agent. All right, so I'm logged in. Let's remove the toolbar. And let's go to data collection, IT visibility tasks, agent configuration. We'll go ahead and create a configuration. Call it training VMs. Save and enable. Click enable. From inventory agent options, click edit, and we'll set collection for Windows, include usage data, leave managed versions as manually, and then click save. And then we can click on scheduling and then edit, set recurring to daily within 1 hour. Set the time to about 11:30 a.m. Enable last missed event, and then click save. So now that's configured. All right, so now we're going to install the agent, and it's going to send its inventory files over to the beacon. First thing I want to do, only because it's this environment, it's these 2 VMs on a work group, is that I can see if I can find the beacon. Okay, I can find it. So that part is good. If that didn't work, you might want to look in the appendix in the lab manual, and it'll give you some instructions to update the host file so that you can actually talk to FlexBeacon over the workgroup. All right, so now we go to data collections, IT visibility, tasks, installers. And on the agent installer, my platform choices here, but I'm going to stick with Windows, stick with the latest, and click download. And I'll go to our downloads folder and unzip the beacon file, or I'm sorry, the agent file. Before I run setup, I'm going to need the bootstrap file. That's going to configure this setup so that it knows where the beacon is. So I have to go back to Flexera One. And underneath our agent installer is the bootstrap file, so I'll download that. Looks like I've got to go to downloads to the ini file and then go ahead and download the unverified file. And that should complete the download. And there it is. So I'm going to make a copy of it here and go into the folder where the setup is and paste it here. And now I can edit this file to give it the setup instructions. So first we'll remove the comment in front of install policy equal 1. Then scroll down to deploy server and replace this with our beacon. And then these run commands, we're going to replace those as well. And it looks right. So run the command nd track for this machine and have the upload location go to beacon manage soft RL. We'll save this and then we can get out. So now we can install the agent. So right click on setup, run as administrator. Next, I agree, next, company name, etc. Next, take a look at what we're installing. Got agent schedule, installation schedule, the policy agent, uploading agent, application usage agent, and the Docker scanning. Hit next. Say yes to usage statistics and access the internet directly. Click install. And it's finished. Retrieving the policy from the beacon, and we have an error. So I'll do a little troubleshooting. I went out to the command line and pinged the server, so that wasn't the problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and look at the tracking log. App data local temp, manage soft, tracker. Oh, I don't see any errors. Let's go see the inventory file itself. See program data, manage soft corp, manage soft, tracker, inventories. There's the inventory files. It really should turn off the task scheduler on the beacon so we can at least see the files come over to the beacon but not get uploaded, so we can make sure that the files ended up on the beacon, and then we can manually run the scheduled tasks, and I can upload the inventory into Flexera One. So I can rerun the inventory at the command line for the workstation, and then we can see the file get transferred over. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the beacon, go to our scheduled tasks, and just disable them for now. So these are the tasks that were created. See, they're running as student. I'm going to take all these and just disable them for now, so nothing will run. Go back to the workstation, and I'll do a command line run of our ND track inventory now. So I'll leave this here, start another session, or take the other folder and go to C, program, files, 86, manage soft, tracker. And there's our ND track. So I want to get out to a command prompt, so I'll go ahead and just copy the path here, open up command prompt, and change to the directory. So there's ND track, and I'll put the ND track statement from the lab manual into memory here. So there's ND track, scan the machine, upload it to the Flex Beacon directory. Let that run. That should create a new inventory file and then hopefully push it over to the beacon where we can check in a couple minutes. All right, I see the one file there right after this timestamp, right at the timestamp. And let's go see about it being on the beacon. And while we're on the beacon, we can do an inventory there. So we'll have to do a command line version of the inventory. So we'll go find ND track and then execute it. So first is the line in the manual, the lab manual, that says kind of fake it out and make it a different directory. So it says net use, and I, flex beacon, manage soft, RET, dollar, inventory. And this should be ND track here. And then we give it that same command line as before. So I copied it from the lab manual. Go ahead and put it in the clipboard. Copy and run it. So now we should have a couple inventory files being created and shipped to the holding folder to be sent up to the Flexera One through the beacon. So let's see what came over. Program data, Flexera software, incoming, inventories. So there's the workstation and there's the beacon file. So let's keep this in sight, if you will. We could watch these disappear and go to schedule tasks. Put this in a window next to it, and we'll go ahead and enable these and then run them. We'll just run all of them. And now these files should get picked up and processed. And there they go. So now they're making their way up to Flexera One. We'll have to wait for IT visibility to kick off its normalization process. Then it will create the inventory files, and then we can check it in device details. So while we're waiting for it, I'll at least show you in Flexera One where to look. So we go to inventory, IT visibility devices, and then under device name, we're looking for Flex Beacon and Flex WS1. So there's Flex WS1, but it's not today's date. A couple Flex Beacons, but these look older, more 2022, 2023. So we'll give it a little bit of time, and then we'll see if we get today's date. Or I'll look at this tomorrow and see that we've got a recent date on the inventory. But this is where to look. You can also look for it in dashboards. And in another recording, we drilled down on some dates, in the software, the hardware evidence, the software evidence, etc. But at least we've saw it go up from the beacon into Flexera One. Now we just need to get processed.